Alright, well, this is the Greece event review by yours truly, because, well, I feel like someone needed to say it. Alright, this is going to be a list of opinions that I hold about what could have been done better about this event. Alright, now let me start off with disclaimer, all opinions, not also, the event was great. I'm not saying it was a bad event. The moderation team, Muchi, all did very good jobs. It was pretty fun. The things, obviously, that could, however, be improved upon. Obviously, the most pressing one being, well, 3 days instead of 7. 7 days is, it's kind of ridiculous for most people, and, well, almost every event ever has never gone on for 7 days. That is probably one of the longer ones. That's for sure. It's a little. It also makes content gotta get stale after more or less doing the same thing for most of those days. And speaking of getting stale, that brings us to the next uh, point: spreading content. I feel like with the 3 day plan, we could fit basically everything that could have happened into 3 days, more or less. The first one, obviously, being the prep day. Number two, being the trial day, where all the trials happened. And everything got squared away in that one day. And then three, war day. Pretty simple. Everything happens on war. And then obviously something happens at the end. I'll talk about that more when I reach that point. Organization. This also ties into the number of days as well, with how, well, basically it was an unorganized kind of mess with the trials. They all happened on random days whenever the gods felt like it, which, kind of makes them bad. To be honest, I'm gonna have to say it. It makes them bad. Alright, all the trials should have happened on one day, quick succession, one after another. Or honestly, all at once. Doesn't really matter. Just all of them contained in one day would have been a lot easier and made a lot more sense. And then obviously next is mod intervention. Obviously, this one's a lot looser in these times because this whole point was that the mods were gods and you sacrifice stuff so that they give you more stuff. But I feel even to a point that sometimes the mods were a little too lenient in what they gave out. Because, well, me personally, I didn't receive any crazy stuff, a little bit of over-the-top stuff, but not anything in the form of actual progression items, just silly items in a ridiculous amount, like the knockback cocoa beans. Nothing really happened with those, but yeah, silly items that I feel like modern friendship was just a little too much during that event. They were a little too giving, especially since I heard about all the guys who got netherite. I'm sure there wasn't actually that many in chests, but there was plenty of people who actually just had some, which was kind of ridiculous. Then moving on to moderation as a whole. I feel that definitely the process. This also ties back into organization. The ticket system was really ineffective. Nothing ever actually really happened all that fast whenever someone did a ticket item or anything that actually would have affected the game. Like a bunch of RDMs, stealing, robbing, just random acts of violence all occurred and the tickets didn't really help. I just feel like the second someone's doing something, you let them talk for 2 minutes. And if they don't conclude a conclusive answer on why they did it, that isn't just I killed them for fun, just ban them off the face of the planet. And if they yell and complain, do some sort of command to mute them. Like, the chat goes feral. I feel like you should tell people that they have to be nice in chat. The chat was way too feral during the entire event, at least in the later days. Like, everyone was just insulting each other. I'm gonna have to say it, alright? Some people may say, oh, you're just being a crybaby. It's like, I'm here to have fun, alright? I'm not here to get in a shouting match with someone over text on a Minecraft game, alright? It's just how it is. So that definitely needs to be cracked down on a lot more in the next event. Just, people being rude in general needs to be cracked down a lot more. I just feel like the mods were trying to be as hands off as possible in all those regards. Then that finally comes to what should have been done at the end. As I stated, uh, 3 days war day at the end. However, halfway through the war day, or at least after major wars have concluded, even special event would occur. Because that's the thing. The event ended, well, boringly. The war day happened, and then it was kind of just a normal day for like one day. Nothing really happened interesting on day 6, and then day 7 hardly anyone showed up to. Because, well, there was nothing that really happened besides the wedding. But that was kind of boring, because everyone lost their stuff, and then got killed by Ravagers. Or at least I heard. I didn't actually attend, because, well, it was boring. But basically, what should have happened at the end was that on day 3, like some sort of, I don't know, special event would have happened, where everyone had to go somewhere or do something to survive, or they would lose the event. That's how it worked. Because basically anyone who didn't get wiped out by the wars technically won that event, which is kind of lame. Because, well, I can speak from experience, us pirates didn't exactly fight any wars. We just got people just tried to kill us, and then we evaded them, and then survived and technically won the event, which was kind of lackluster. So some sort of special event should have happened at the end, where either the gods want us to, obviously something related to the gods, where like the gods wanted us to do something to survive, or like we all had to go somewhere to survive. Just something to create some urgency, and for people to have to gather together or work together after war. And obviously besides that, that's about it, Once again, I did enjoy the event. This shouldn't be like crushing information. It's just like general things that I think could have made this event better. Because, you don't have to take exactly my word for granted. I haven't participated in a lot of events, just a couple. But I've gotten a feel for how they should work, at least, from watching plenty of videos. Okay, it doesn't sound the best, but it's how it is. Alright. And that's about it.